Now let's talk about some things that, maybe you can edit virtually. Well, not, yeah, I guess it's editing virtually. So let's say, you come to take photos of a home and the lighting is just terrible because it's raining outside, right? And it's just dark and gloomy. Is there ways for you to fix the lighting and exposure without having to retake everything?
Well, it also depends on where the light is coming from. On a gloomy day, actually, that sort of works to our advantage. Now, with the HDR photos, what's nice about that technique is we're capturing 5 exposures for each image, and those are at various exposure levels. And then in post-production, we can blend those together, and we have incredible control over the lighting, the color scheme. All of that can be tweaked, which you don't necessarily get out of a single JPEG image. Mm-hmm. Now, the Matterport, we sometimes we'll give it a little push with some lighting, but that one also does a really good job of capturing ambient light. Now, if it's too sunny and there's too much sun shining through a window, that can be a problem for the Matterport and sometimes for the HDR photos too. For aerial videos, personally, I kind of like an overcast day when I'm filming, because you kind of have an even ambient light across the the entire exterior of the house. If you're up there, let's say 10 a.m. and it's a beautiful sunny day, part of the house is going to be in shadow, and there's only so much we can do to equalize that in post-production.
So why, just out of curiosity, in regards to the Matterport, why does it need to take so long?
Well, part of that, okay, so it's using infrared lasers to measure each part of the room where the camera is located. So that's part of why it takes so long to do it, because in order for you to capture the actual property itself, you have to be able to tie these scan points together so the algorithms can stitch it all together and create the view of the house from inside. That LiDAR technology is another reason why sometimes if too much light can be problematic, because it just confuses the sensors in the camera, because there's so much infrared light coming in. The sun produces a lot of infrared lights.
Yeah, and along with that, the Matterport is actually taking, I forget how many pictures, but it's taking many pictures as it rotates. It has to rotate at 360 degrees. And Matt, do you remember how many images it actually takes?
I think it's 5 images per scan.
Yeah, I've always thought those were so neat and cool.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think we ever take on a listing without the Matterport, because it's so important, especially since we live in such a transient area. It's not unlikely for someone to look at the house virtually because they can't be here. So I have a little quirky question, because sometimes I'll look at listings. Very rarely do I find listings that the photos are taken on the realtor's iPhone or some phone. What is your pet peeves when it comes to photos? And do you guys know what I'm talking about? You've seen those listings where it's like sideways, small, dark.
It all comes down to, and actually you can do this with your iPhone too. You can change what you're capturing to the RAW format, which gives you, I think it's 6 times the amount of information gets captured versus just shooting like a regular JPEG, which I think is the default for iPhone. The problem with that too is you are kind of limited to what the ambient lighting is like, unless you're going to set up a lot of lights to shine on a particular section, you kind of get what's there, and sometimes it's not good.
And it's, for the cost, just hire a professional to do it.
Like that. So it's important. Quality, and get a professional to do it.
Exactly. So any last tidbits you guys want to add before we let you go? We've loved working with you guys because you've been super professional, and it's like one-stop shop. It makes it very convenient. So and our clients love it. So anyways,
thanks for the feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's nothing else you guys want to add, then that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you very much. This has been entertaining, and I hope
informative.
we get you some good insight anyway.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's important for a lot of sellers and buyers don't realize how much work goes into listing a home and all the details. Like, nobody knows what a Matterport floor plan is, or that the photos HDR quality. They just want photos. So there's a lot that comes with the territory, and there's a lot that happens in the background. So I appreciate you guys very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.